Yeah, so he's not right at all. He's lame in a very, very weird way. You need a brush, don't you? Yeah, you need a brush and a tidy up. You need a tidy up. My yard needs a tidy up. Yeah, so he's lame in a very, very strange way. My initial instinct when I saw him in the field a minute ago was, oh, he's going down with laminitis. He was kind of walking lammy, but he's not standing lammy in his stable. He's resting a back leg. He's actually just switched the back leg that he is resting, so he's not favouring any particular leg that he's resting. He seems very tired, very, very tired. But he's not standing lammy, but he was walking lammy, I thought. I'm not going to bring him out to show you guys. It took me about 10 minutes to get him from the field in there. Like, he just didn't want to move, bless him. So it's clearly very uncomfortable. And I'm noticing we've got some, like, muscle tremors going on. I don't know if you can see that back there. And that's throwing me off a little bit as well. So I'm not quite sure what the hell is going on with him right now. I thought he was a little bit off last night. So he had his dinner last night and he seemed happy enough. The boys were prattling around like they have been every day lately. And then he just kind of took himself off down the field and stood on his own and went to sleep. And he was walking a little bit odd, like enough to catch my attention, but not enough for me to sort of think too much about it. Because they've just had their feet trimmed a couple of days ago, and he's always a bit footy after he has a foot trim because he's barefoot, and because of the way his feet grow. So when he was a baby, he never had his feet trimmed, so his feet tend to go into a really bad shape. So the farrier has to cut them back quite a lot when he does them. So he always gets a little bit footy after a farrier visit. So I thought, oh, maybe he's just a little bit footy. Didn't really worry too much about it. But yeah, he was definitely a bit off last night as well. And now this morning, he's like, it's almost like a full body lameness. It's really weird. And yeah, I don't know if you can see, but just up there, I've been pointing, like just there, he's got like a few muscle tremors going on. He's got gut noise. He hasn't had a poop since he's been in, so I'm looking out for him to have a poop. I'm going to tidy up my yard real quick and then give him a brush. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give him a really good once over. I've picked up his feet and looked at them and there was nothing obvious in there. But I've got a feeling I'm going to be calling the vet in the next hour. Yeah, something ain't right here. Anyway, I'm going to get all this mess dealt with and then I'll check back in with you guys shortly. Well, he's just had a poo, so that's good. Can I inspect your turd, mister? It's a fairly average blue poo. Not really getting too many red flags from that. Not sure what's going on here. What's all this about? Huh? Twitching again, aren't you? I don't know if you guys can see that. We've got a little... There's definitely some twitching going on there. Sort of this area. Is he doing the same on this side? A little bit on that side. But I mean, if you look at him, he's not stood like a lammy horse to me anyway. I mean, I know they don't all stand like that. So for anyone who doesn't know, a typical laminitis stance in a horse is that they'll usually they'll kind of stretch their front legs out in front of them and kind of like lean where they're trying to alleviate the pressure off of their feet. And he's not doing it. Like I said, when I walked him in, it looked like he was walking like that. But then, I don't know, that could just be I don't know, it could be a response to something else. It's a bit better. I can actually see the yard now. All right, dude. Right, I'm going to leave him in peace for 10 minutes and then have another check on him. How you doing, sweetie? No, you look like you were going to cause mischief then. You're really stiff, aren't you? Is it stiffness that's the problem? It looks like his muscles are twitching down here as well. And poor ears need some cream in them, don't they? Right, let's get you out for a little quick walk. Right, let's have another look at you. Let's have a little looky look. Oh, good God. See, that to me is a laminitis walk. Ooh, come on, bub. All right, let's just go straight back in. Come on, let's go straight back in. Let's go back in. Come on. Tia out. Right, okay. I'm going to the vets, mate. I'm going to go get someone out to have a look at you. Oh, yeah, that is... Yeah, that's lammy. That's got to be lammy. Bloody hell. Oh, blueberry. Right, okay. I'm going to go see the vets, mate. Okay, just popped into my vets. I've got someone coming out to have a look at him at 2 o'clock. It's currently 12:15, so only a couple of hours away. Yeah, I'm like 99.9% confident that he's gone down with laminitis. So, which is really bloody annoying because it's so preventable. If there are any YouTube gods out there listening to me, now would be a really, really good time to like blow my channel up and send some money my way because I could really use it right now. Well, anyway, yeah, that's coming out in a couple of hours. I have to wait for her to come out and see what she says. And we'll go from there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go do some stuff for a couple of hours and yeah, I'll check back in with you guys once that's been. Okay, vets just left. They were really, really lovely. Really, really lovely. You're feeling a bit better now, aren't you? You've just had a nice needle full of happy drugs. Yes. It's quite funny. He kicked off about having the needle in his neck and within about 2 minutes of having the jab, all of a sudden he was like, ah, where are you? Hey? You're a bit of a worried eye still though, haven't you? But you look much happier now. You're much brighter, aren't you? So it's clearly helped. Yes. Fast-acting painkillers. Lucky for him. So yes, he has got laminitis. I am incredibly pissed off at myself for that. Not 100% sure why it's triggered in him. So he's a little bit overweight, but he's not like lammy overweight. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. So the vet was wondering if it was possibly like a stacked sequence of events that's triggered it. So yeah, the cut on his foot, he was more lame in the foot that had that cut on it. So you remember he split open the bulb of his heel. So he was more lame on that foot when she used the hoof testers on him. He does have a digital pulse, but again, it's not awful, but it's enough. And then he had his feet trimmed last week. And on top of that, obviously we've had this combination of rain and extreme sun, which is obviously going to have put the sugars up in the grass. So I think what we're thinking is that it's possibly like the combination of those things that have stacked and then triggered the inflammatory response in his feet. Yeah, so we've... Oh, my water's overflowing. Oh no, not quite. Almost overflowing. Oh, I'm just soaking some more bedding. I'm just going to top his bed up a little bit more. It's still a little bit thin in patches. So yeah, we've caught it really, really early, apparently, which is a good thing. It's not that bad. So the vets were much more relaxed about his condition than I was. I'm still mortified right now, but they were quite relaxed about his situation. So the plan is that he's going to be in for as long as he will tolerate being in. Obviously he's not going out on the grass, but we might have to let him out onto the yard or in the big yard, depending on how well he copes with his box rest. So he's on rest, he's on bute. We're starting him off on 2 a day, two packets twice a day for now. And the vets explained that the aim of the exercise is to keep enough bute going into him that you can't see any lameness. So the idea is to keep him comfortable, because if he's comfortable, that means the inflammation is under control, is how she explained it to me. So he's going to be on as high a dose of bute as he needs to keep him comfortable for the next few days. And she was hopeful that in the next week, we should be seeing notable improvements, and then within sort of 2 weeks we can start integrating him back to grazing, all going well. Obviously he's not going to be going out in the big field with Woody again now. Sadly that ship has sailed, my darling. I'm going to have to fence you off a small bit somewhere, aren't I? And it is going to have to be controlled turnout. Like, he can't spend 24/7 out there now. And I'm actually a little bit concerned about Nelly as well. I'm thinking I might have to start getting them back in at night, just to, I don't know, just to restrict things. I need to have a think about what I want to do with them, actually. I mean, she's fairly lean at the moment, but like I said, he's not fat. He's overweight, but he's not fat. He's not lammy fat, so I don't know. I'm just getting a bit twitchy now. I need to think about what I'm going to do with everybody. Stumpy, however, has ballooned in the last few days, so she is going to be getting nothing but air from me, food-wise. She needs to lose some weight fast. And yeah, obviously, get some weight off of him. He's going to be on minimal hay, soaked hay, in here. I might put up a few more of the little rings, like, falling over my bedding, like these things around his stable, just so I can hang up nets in a few different places, just to keep him thinking, occupied. But yeah, vet doesn't seem nowhere near as concerned as I was, so that's a good thing. I do feel a little bit happier now. God knows how much money we've just spent, Bubbaloo. I'm not going to think about it, mate. Just not going to think about it. On that note, would anybody like to buy a kidney? Or I can offer a very dodgy ovary. You know, I don't need those. I don't think I could part with a lung. I feel like I need my lungs, but yeah, I've got body parts I can sell. It's fine. Oh God. No, it's fine. As I said earlier, now would be a really, really good time for my YouTube videos to go viral and start earning good money doing this. I do actually have exciting news. So I do have a YouTube paycheck on the way. It's my very first ever one. It's not for very much money. I keep meaning to do a video about it. I haven't got there yet. I mean, I was planning on doing some videos today. So like hacking and chatting videos and doing some catch up. And obviously I've spent the day with poor Mr. Blueberry here. Oh, but he's looking so much happier now. Good boy. You feel a bit better, bub? Hey. Yeah, so the other thing that the vet mentioned, which I'm going to be doing a lot of research into this evening, was that he looks like the kind of horse that might have EMS, and that obviously could put him, would put him in a position where he is much more prone to laminitis. So EMS is equine metabolic syndrome. Are you alright? Those drugs have gone to your head, mate, haven't they? What's up? You okay? He's acting weird. Yeah. So, I mean, I know of EMS and I know a little bit about it, but I don't know much about it. So I'm going to go home and do some research into that this evening. And the reason she was querying that with him is because of the way that his body fat is distributed. So EMS is kind of like the horse equivalent of diabetes. So it affects how his body processes sugar. It's to do with the insulin and all of that. So I'm going to go and do some research into that and see if there's anything else that might give me some clues as to whether or not that could be something he has. If that is the case, there is medication they can have. And then obviously it's a case of keeping them in good exercise and keeping their weight down, which we always try to do anyway. This year has been exceptionally crappy with regards to exercise because I've been focusing on getting this train wreck of a building fixed. But normally we're quite good at keeping up with exercise and keeping on top of weight and things like that. So yeah, that's something I'm going to be looking into this evening. Oh my goodness. Birds, you're insane. The birds are getting stressed because I'm in the doorway that they want to fly in. They're kind of nuts. Wow, there's so many of them. They've hatched 2 broods now, so there's like a dozen swallows flying around and they're all a bit... They're going to poop on you flying in and out now, aren't they, mate? But anyway, I can panic a little bit less now. I'm not going to stop panicking because my bloody horse has got laminitis. I'm not okay with that. But yeah, can stop panicking a little bit now. We've got some drugs for him. We'll see how he goes over the next week. Hopefully it just buggers off and never comes back again. Fingers crossed. But yeah, you're gonna have some stable time, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Oh, look at the little lip. Look at that. You're cute, aren't you? Right, I'm going to leave him in peace and quiet and go carry on and do some more poo picking. Oh no, I need to put the rest of his bedding in first, don't I? One job at a time. I'm such a scatterbrain, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I'll give you guys an update on him. A few days time, week or so's time, something like that. Yeah, I'll let you guys know how we're getting on.